Eyeless, Gerard. It was a cold December night in 2006, and I was listening to my brand new CD. It was The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. It was 3 a.m. by the time I reached the final track, Famous Last Words. It was my favorite song on the album. Once it reached the first chorus, I noticed it started to rain, but I paid it no more attention. Then by the time the player reached the second chorus, I heard a soft knocking on the roof of my house. I was only a teenager at the time, 14 years old, so I didn't really think to check on what could be happening. However, I started to notice the CD would start to sound more and more distorted. I had purchased the CD new, and I examined the disc before playing, and it had no scratches. I was puzzled as to why the CD would distort in such a way. The bridge of the song started to play, and the knocking on my roof started to get louder, louder, louder. Still, I gave it no extra thought. I forgot to mention, my room is in the attic. The outro of the song began, and the distortion made it almost unbearable to listen to. Nevertheless, I persevered. The knocking was starting to freak me out a little. The track finished, but I didn't take out the CD, as I heard from my emo friends that there is a hidden track called Blood. I waited for a minute and a half, nothing. I waited another 5 minutes, nothing. I could hear nothing but the rain and the ever so louder knocking on the roof. Now at this point, banging. Finally, I heard the now iconic piano riff, but then suddenly it stopped. Then, my heart stopped, as I noticed a terrible screeching noise come from my CD player. Then what appeared to be a heavily distorted and corrupted version of Blood started to play. There were many skips and jitters. What followed afterwards left me in tears and would leave me with horrid trauma for the rest of my life. I heard a loud bang from my window. I slowly turned to face the window, and what I found is what you only see in nightmares. Its eyes absent, only eye sockets, its face bloody and pale white, its outfit like a marching band outfit, but black and white and covered in blood. Its appearance vaguely resembled My Chemical Romance frontman Gerard Way. It then smashed the window wide open, and shards of glass went flying. Then, the horrific creature slowly crawled my way. At this point, whatever cursed audio that was playing through my CD player had ceased playing. For some reason, only the sound of what seemed like vinyl static could be heard. I swiftly ran to the stairs, but some mysterious dark void had replaced the stairs, and I could not travel this void. It was a dead end. I turned around. There it was, Eyeless Gerard, standing right back at me, only a few inches away. In its bloody hand, it held what appeared to be my CD, now covered in blood and scratches. I could feel my heart thumping right out of my chest. Sweat was dripping all over my body. I could not feel my hands or feet. Eyeless Gerard threw the CD. It was aimed straight for my head, and it landed. Ouch, I screamed. The terrible beast cackled in such a way that if you heard it, you would never be able to sleep again. Next, with its gruesome hands, it pushed me hard onto the ground. It chuckled again. What happened next left me with the most trauma, and it's difficult for me to even talk about this, but here goes nothing. Eyeless Gerard started to sing the song I Want It That Way by none other than the Backstreet Boys. Its voice was nothing short but demonic and terrifying. My heart could not have beaten faster. Then, Eyeless Gerard pulled out a flute and started improvising a solo for the song. My ears started to bleed. That's when my savior would come find me. Dave Grohl, drummer of well-known American rock band Nirvana and frontman of the Foo Fighters, and Chris Novoselic, bassist for said Nirvana, came through my roof with instruments in hand. They both started to beat up Eyeless Gerard. The beast squealed out in pain so loudly that it rang from my ears for years to come. After a solid 30 minutes of straight beating, Eyeless Gerard let out one more ear-piercing screech before collapsing onto the floor. All of a sudden, a vortex appeared below the entity and sucked it in, never to be seen again. At least, I hope very much so. All it left behind was the CD, no longer covered in blood and scratches, and a note. The note read, "There are 30 CDs and 15 souls of emo teenagers are to be eaten. Unless all 30 CDs are destroyed, Eyeless Gerard will live to see another day." Dave Grohl took me to the hospital to be checked out, and Chris Novoselic stayed behind to burn the CD. My house's roof was in ruins. This memory still haunts me to this very day. It has been about 15 years since the incident. I wonder how many emo teenagers have fallen prey to this horrible predator. I try not to think about it, but I still have both physical and mental scars from the day, and they will never fade away. But I am not afraid to keep on living.